previously on Nair Bones?
Our apartment kept flooding the sewage backups from the sink and dishwasher. And after like the third time it happened, we moved. So I moved.
Wait, so
that
when it floods, does it come up like from the sink like this big blobby monster?
Not a big blobby monster. It's wetter than you would hope or want. But
Does it
there's
literally
still
come
definitely
up from the
chunks
drains?
of stuff.
Oh.
There, I could easily distinguish spaghetti noodles, which I don't want to think about it anymore.
It was a very tragic sight. Very scarring.
Yeah, because it kept flooding, and so it would back up onto the carpet.
Oh.
And when that happens, we would have to grab, like, bowls or just ladles, whatever we could, to scoop up stuff from the sink, run outside, dump it, then run back inside, and just keep doing that to avoid too much damage to the carpet.
Oh my. So is this like wall-to-wall coverage all over the floor?
No.
Oh.
No. But I mean, it was certainly damp.
Yeah.
You would step and there'd be a squish and water would go everywhere. It wasn't a good time. I'm happier in the new apartment. It's a great place. We've got a functional dishwasher here. It's wonderful. There's wooden floors. It's good. I'm happy. I'm starting to get free time again. Things are going to be grand.
And there we have it. What about you, Mike Castro?
Nothing special to report on this front. Just keeping myself busy. Preparing for exams as usual. I don't think I'll ever be finished with learning in my life. I look forward to a future of being an old man with white hair and still sitting on the back of the class, writing graffiti on the desk and sending secret notes to the crush that I have in class.
That's pretty exciting.
Yep.
Is this like a for real thing you do? Do you like write little notes and then like throw it at her in a paper airplane?
Nah, that's too old school, dude. These days we use the interwebs. First you stalk the Facebook profile, right? And then after that, you have to save the pictures, and then you look at the likes. Then you look at the likes on the page, and you see the corresponding interests. What?
Lego, no.
What?
Maybe you should embrace the old school and just throw the note.
What? You guys asked? You asked. I didn't force you to ask.
Yeah, we did. That's true.
So do you want to know or not? Because I have lots of advice on that.
You can keep going if you want.
Oh man, that really sucked about the apartment though. Literal shit.
Speaking of my apartment and stories and road trips that take 7 hours, I went and saw Baby Metal a couple weeks ago.
Oh man, freaking!
You're
Nair,
joking, right?
This guy.
No.
First, he gets to see the Love Live movie.
How the hell do
He
you
gets
get to see Baby Metal?
Freaking!
How the hell did you get to see Baby Metal? Did you get an autograph?
We didn't get an autograph. I got a T-shirt, but they did a show in Chicago, which was the closest one to Kansas City, and I got a group of friends together and said, "Hey, you guys want to take a 7-hour car trip to Chicago?" Half sarcastically, not realizing that these are the exact kinds of friends who would just go, "Yeah, sure."
Seriously?
So
you just had a road trip just like that.
Basically, I was the one in charge of getting the hotel room booked. Someone else got tickets. Someone else drove, and we're waiting for the fourth person to pay us because they didn't contribute much aside from snacks.
Well, I mean, snacks are a pretty vital part of any road trip, though.
Snacks are an integral part of any road trip.
But what
much appreciated.
What about their company? Their company must be worth its weight in gold, right? Yes, typically. But that brings us to the day after Baby Metal, when we spent
Wait, how
the
about
day
describing
in
the
Chicago.
Baby Metal show first for you? Get in a chronological order here.
Really good. Fun. I mean, they started like a while after I think they were supposed to, but that's kind of any live show, I think, takes a while to get off the ground. and it was in the Chicago House
Oh,
of Blues,
okay.
which is a pretty small venue comparatively to what I'd been used to. But we got to see the Kami band, which is their background group, set up, and those guys are incredibly talented. And just, man, for as hot as it was in that building with the pouring rain that was going on outside, they put on a great show. They were hopping and jumping and doing all kinds of acrobatic stuff. That is a good group to see live.
How waifu material are they?
None of them, I think, are over 18.
No, they're all
So,
teenagers.
0.
Seriously?
Yeah. Seriously.
I mean, maybe you can find
Adorable
someone in the band
kids.
to like
They got...
Nope.
Those are all men. And they got... They're cool guys. Those are some good guitar players.
Was there another act that played,
Like,
or was
there
it
was
just
just-
Baby Metal? Oh,
No,
yeah.
it was just Baby Metal.
Neato.
So, I mean, I would have, like, maybe enjoyed an opener just to kind of kill the lag
Yeah.
time, but... Because it was one of those things where they had just songs playing over the, like, the
Oh.
stereo system. And anytime one song would stop, the audience would just start cheering and applauding because they thought it was going to start.
Oh, I see.
And the show was getting a heads up. But no, there was just like a long pause between songs that were playing on the stereo.
Was it like intense metal songs?
And like every 2 to 3 minutes, yes, there would be another guitar intro. And everyone would look up on the stage and they're still doing sound check. And they're like, oh my god,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
starting now! I
Oh
can't
wow,
believe it's
that
Baby
sounds
Metal.
terrible though. Like, didn't people get pissed off?
A little bit. I mean, they did eventually start the show and it was great.
That's cool.
Like, I just think it's fun that they went from a song called Gimme Chocolate, and then that slid right into a song called Wall
Yeah.
of Death.
Awesomeness. Man,
So, if,
what an experience. You lucky creature of the night.
oh, don't worry,
Here
my
we
luck
go.
ran out the next day.
Uh-oh.
Because the group of people I was with, we all have pretty dissimilar interests. And apparently I was the only one interested in planning ahead and bringing cold weather clothing, because we spent the day kind of walking around Chicago and just looking for something to do that we could agree upon. But like, one person wanted to do museums, the other person wanted to walk down to the boardwalk and see some of the Great Lakes. We ended up just kind of wandering, and none of us were also dressed fancy enough to get into the bars around the hotel we were staying at, because they had a dress code. And for whatever reason, we just decided to hit up a liquor store and kind of drink in the hotel with some authentic Chicago deep dish pizza, which was great. But 2 pizzas for $70 is not a
Whoa, whoa,
Are you
whoa,
serious?
Yeah.
whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
In
whoa.
what world does pizza cost that much?
Chicago is a terrible place. Don't ever go there. It's where dreams go
How
to
big-
die.
how big are
no,
they?
No.
They were, I mean, like Pizza Hut larges, I guess would be the...
But that's
They're only that
primitive.
big?
Yeah.
That's a primitive amount of... Wait, no. Are you sure you
I mean,
couldn't find
it's-
some dirty corner somewhere in the back alley?
You can go to freaking Little Caesars and get deep dish for like $9 or something.
Well, the thing was, we spent the money to get to Chicago. We wanted
So
to
you
go
might as well
like
eat there.
one of the top primo restaurants, and on a Saturday night where everyone was stupid busy, this was like the 4th best pizza in Chicago on all
I
the
see.
websites that list the absolute best.
Yeah.
Okay,
I forget the name of the place.
I guess it was worth it. I
But,
guess if you mentioned best pizza, but wow.
Mhm. Oh, it was really good pizza.
Hell yeah.
It was really good pizza.
Oh wow.
And, you know, I'm not a big drinker, so I typically don't drink. But I got a little bit tipsy, but because I'm not a big drinker, by the time I was a little bit tipsy, everyone else had been super smashed. And after I got back walking around with one of the people just around the hotel to kind of walk things off, we came in on 2 of the other people, kind of like passed out in the bathroom. There was vomiting. There was
all the
talks
fun
about trips
stuff.
to the emergency room. It was a miserable time. I spent I spent the weekend scooping out chunks of vomit from the sink so it wouldn't clog the
What?
sink in the hotel room that was under my name, and shoving it into the toilet and trying to get these drunken
Wait,
people.
how is that your
What
job?
did you use to
How is
scoop
that
it
your
with?
job?
My hands.
Oh!
Yes, you want a road trip story. Hand vomit.
Oh, Nair.
And then directing drunken people
Oh, no,
into the toilet.
No.
It was
Oh, no.
then trying to get everyone into bed. I got about 4 hours of sleep, and then I did my shift the next morning, driving back to Kansas City for like 4 hours.
Oh my.
Chicago is a bad place.
Oh no.
And it doesn't help that we've made some
I'm
poor
trying to
decisions.
balance this between seeing Baby Metal and I don't know, and great pizza. You did enjoy great pizza.
It was great pizza.
Oh wow. You have my
But
condolences.
yeah, So I finished up scooping vomit, and like 2 hours before we got back into Kansas City, I got a call from my roommate Matt saying, "Hey, our sink is
Are
backing
you
up.
serious?
There's nasty water everywhere." And I got back, and I was like,
Back
"Okay,
to
back to
scooping."
scooping."
Use gloves this
Should
time.
have bought
or
like a
something.
cat
And-
scooper or something.
Again, between circumstances throughout the month of May, I think there was 3 to 4 weeks in a row where I was scooping other people's bodily fluids, trying to get them
Other
clean.
bodily fluids?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what was coming through our apartment sink. I don't want to
Wow.
guess.
Can you?
That's sick.
Oh, I'm so sorry, man. Oh. Oh wow.
That's it. So I don't think that I can
Yeah.
top that. I don't have an epic road trip tale like that.
That is a horror story right there.
We did get to see Baby Metal. I got a T-shirt.
Was the T-shirt contaminated by the scooping?
Oh, did you use it to scoop?
No, the T-shirt was not. The guy who I lended a pair of my jeans to,
no.
those jeans got contaminated.
Oh, no.
I don't own those jeans no more. We threw those
Yeah.
away. I think I did a pretty bang-up job of silently cleaning the hotel room of all the nastiness at 4 a.m., discreetly sneaking out the door and dropping off bags of trash and nastiness throughout Chicago's public trash cans around
You
the
didn't
hotel.
go to just one?
No. No.
Covert action right there.
It was a heck of a night. Again, one of those things where when I was in the situation, I thought someday I'll look back at this and laugh. But then I started laughing right
That was
then,
what the status was.
and everyone else thought I was insane
Yeah.
because that's how I cope
Oh,
with bad
man.
situations.
Well, what else can you do but
was
laugh
just
it away?
me giggling to myself with a rag full of vomit, dumping it into a Walmart bag, and sneaking through Chicago, trying not to get mugged with my puke bag.
Oh, at least you had a pretty good weapon to use.
You know what? I'd actually like you to get
Yeah.
mugged just to see the expression on that guy's face when he realizes what his loot is.
Yeah.
Here you go, bro. Take these pants.
Marinated.
Enjoy.
Well, that's an extravagant tale for sure.
Road trip. But it's just so cool that you guys said road trip and then 7 hours drive. Like how are the roads like? Is it as it's shown on the cinema, like loud music and on the open road and pissing in a bottle and throwing it out, and then it hits a policeman on a scooter, and then he pulls you over, and then it's a hilarious story to relate later. I don't know.
It was pretty uneventful. I mean, between Kansas City
Come on,
and
don't tell
Chicago,
me they
there's
at
a
least
lot of
listen to-
farmland. There was music. My friend had his iPod up, which was full of a lot of J-pop, and we went through all of Baby Metal's albums
two of
before
them.
the show. And we had a lot of great conversations. I drove for a good chunk. I was stupid enough to take the driving bit as we entered Chicago, which that traffic was a nightmare. That is a horrible hellscape of a city. If you've ever heard of the Great Chicago Fire that almost burned it down, dozens of years ago, it didn't finish the job. I am not a fan of
City with
Chicago.
character. That is the story where all noir detectives dream to go.
The villain character who needs to die. I'm not advocating the death of everyone in Chicago. Just Chicago as an idea. I mean, look, nothing can ever capture the same magic of Muse in New York and that one voice actress who spoke enough English to be in the movie.
That was amazing, right? And then Nozomi was talking in English.
We are school idols. And everyone's like, yeah, I understand. That's English, sure.